Hello there. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the channel. In today's session, we are going to discuss that decision making. I know you people are really means wanting to know about it, that about the decision making, because many of the institutes they able to provide a very little information pertaining to it. Fine, no issue. I just discussed a couple of things about it. Even I would also like to go into the details, but that you would find out in the further videos. Okay, so let's talk about that decision making questions or means about the JAT decision making. And after that, we'll go for the questions. So, first thing is called as a JAT, Xavier Aptitude Test. And the decision making questions are a critical part of the exam, and that test your ability means I'm talking about test students who aspire to go for the top notch institute that come under uh, that exam, right, or through the JAT exams, isn't it? So if you talk about that decision making is tested among the students to find out that what whether the students have that ability to evaluate situations or not. So and consider multiple perspectives and make you can talk about logical, ethical, and balanced decisions. Well, if you talk about the decision making in which you need to understand the nature of decision making questions, right? So questions often move around or revolve around ethical dilemmas, business situations, or you can talk about personal conflicts. I hope you all know about ethical dilemmas. So ethical, which is involved with moral principle, right? Business situations or personal conflicts. They aim to test a candidate's analytical ability. So they try to find out the empathy and judgment, how a student means take or handle, isn't it? So to understand the nature of decision making questions, one has to, you know, need to go with the variety of questions or variety of means what you can say that variety of test. So decision making questions in the JAT exams are or JAT exam are designed to simulate real world scenarios where candidates must make logical, ethical, and well balanced decisions. To tackle these questions effectively, it is essential to understand their core nature and purpose. Right. So, some of the common theme that you would find out in decision making questions, like, and these questions generally you can say that what revolve around three broad areas. If I say that, I'll give you three examples, right? And on the basis of that, means I'll go and I'll try to make you understand. Let's talk about the first thing. It's called as personal conflicts. When I talk about personal conflicts, what do I find out? Generally, personal conflicts, when I say, these focus on what? Interpersonal issues, often involving conflicting viewpoints or interest among individuals. So let's think of it an example. If I say a team member's lack of commitment, a team member's lack of commitment that impacts whom? That impacts to the whom or what? Impacts to the other members and the project. deadlines, isn't it? If any of the project is assigned to him or her or to the team, and you must decide how to address the situation, how to handle the members, how to handle the means of project deadlines. So in that case, such kind of a case or scenarios which arise couple of questions that assess empathy, that actually look for the leadership skills, and you can say that the ability to balance relationship with objectives, isn't it? Now, think of the next one. The next one is called as business situations. So, when I say that business situations, what I find out here uh, means, let's say that if I talk about a company facing a public relations issue, right? So, and it must decide how to handle customers' complaints effectively. So, in that case, what happened? Now, such kind of a scenarios from a corporate or organization, right? So, that managing team conflicts, or you talk about handling resource constraints. So, or responding to a crisis. In such kind of a situation, means a candidate also needs to see the aim, or the candidate must have the aim is to evaluate means his or her ability to think strategically, prioritize actions, and resolve challenges efficiently. Right? Then, if I talk about that, the third one, which is known as ethical dilemmas. So, if I talk about ethical dilemmas, means here also I would like to give you one example. The example is called as a manager must decide. Think of it. You become a you are one of the managers, right? So you find out yourself in a kind of a situation where you must decide between laying off employees to cut crisis or finding alternative solutions to preserve jobs. So, what do you think that what kind of a situation it is? It is nothing but ethical dilemmas. So, you can say that what these kind of situations or these situations involve where ethical principles conflict with the practical or business objectives, right? Here the goal is what? The goal is to test whether the means a candidate can maintain fairness and integrity while balancing what? Competing interest, isn't it? So look into it. That's what is called as when you fall into such kind of a situation and you make a kind of a means decision which is nothing but logical, ethical, and balanced decision. Then you reach to the right answer, right option, right? When you handle such kind of means, situations with your what you can say that with your mm, means without even thinking about personal, without even thinking about your selfishness, without even thinking of artificial, right? So, or without even carrying the ego in your mind, without even means carrying the judgment, then only you reach to the means appropriate option, which will be correct to your question. I hope you understand some part of the decision. More will be discussed in the further video. Till then, if you have any question, please write those of the question in the comment section. And if you like it, then please do subscribe and share among your friends. Happy learning.